3abn's Today cooking program. We're
the Micheff sisters.
I'm Linda.
I'm Brenda.
And I'm Cinda. And if you are still in your bathrobe and curlers and you haven't eaten breakfast yet, this program's perfect for you.
That's right.
Just sit down. Because
don't go eat yet. We've got something awesome planned.
We are doing a home-style breakfast for you this morning.
That's right. And it's also fast and easy. They can have time to watch the program and then go cook breakfast, right?
That's right.
Shall we show them what we're going to fix them today?
Oh, this is going to get you your appetite going, and
right.
you're going to love this. We're going to start with my morning sunshine muffins.
And that's a wonderful way to start the day, just smiling.
And then we're going to have some banana nut waffles.
Oh, and those are so moist and good inside. And you can top that off with some blueberry pancakes. And those have fresh blueberries in them. Ooh.
And if you really don't have time for breakfast, this is breakfast on the go bars. Grab one and head out the door.
You talk about an energy bar. That is great.
And then we have some country brunch casserole.
That has potatoes in it. I want
it. It does have potatoes.
And then something that you might not have heard of is baked French toast. And that is really, really delicious. You would think that was just like regular French toast.
Are you hungry?
I think so. I know I am.
Well, this first recipe, you could say morning sunshine muffins. Or you could say, morning sunshine, I got some muffins.
I like that one.
It sounds like Daddy, because he always would, when I call him or when we were home even, he'd say, hello sunshine, you know, and I thought that was, you know, my pet name from Daddy, till I heard him call Brenda instead of that.
Well, actually, if you all remember right, we just got through staying a weekend with Mom and Dad, and still, I mean, we grew up listening to Daddy, not just one morning, but every morning he goes walking through the house. This is how he wakes us up.
Yeah.
There is sunshine in my soul today.
Daddy can't sing. But we love you, Daddy.
He can sing.
He says when we get to heaven, he's going to sing with us.
Daddy can sing, but I heard him tell in his sermon one time that when he was up front, he was singing his heart out, and the deacon, the elder or whatever next to him said, brother, he said, I always wished I could sing. Now I wish you could. And Daddy says, I will when I get to heaven, but I'm going to be joyful down here.
That's right. Daddy always says, God just wants us to make a joyful noise. But, you know, sometimes it's not so joyful, Dad.
But we love it, so don't stop.
That's right.
So I actually thought of Daddy when I named these muffins, because I can hear him say,
good morning, sunshine.
Morning, sunshine. There is sunshine.
And I still love that song, don't you?
I know.
And he would do that one, and he would also
Heavenly Sunshine.
You heavenly sunshine, heavenly sunshine.
I know. I know.
And he would be the chorister for himself too. Because his arms were
I
always
live
going.
for that. If I didn't hear him sing, I don't know what I'd do. I just love that.
I know.
Oh, I know.
And Daddy, it is a joyful noise. We just want to let you know that. So keep on singing. All right, so our sunshine muffins.
Let's read the recipe for you.
All right.
You will need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of aluminum-free baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/2 cup of canola oil, 1 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple with the juice, 1/2 cup of applesauce, 1½ teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 2 cups of finely grated carrots, 1 cup of golden raisins, and 1 cup of coarsely chopped walnuts.
Ooh, I love all those ingredients. But sis, before you get started, I just wanted to share with our viewers, we've had a few letters saying that you're kind of frustrated because we don't read the recipe slower. But it's only an hour program, so we want to get as many recipes in for you as we can. So we want to just share with you. Don't worry about writing them down right now. Just sit down, relax, enjoy the program. And when the program's all over with, you can get the download all the recipes on 3abn's website, just 3abn.org. And that's all you have to do. And if you don't have a computer, call up your neighbor. I'm sure they do, and it'll be a wonderful way to witness, see there, and get to know your neighbor better. So just enjoy the program, right, sisters?
That's right. And you could also go to our Micheff Sister website, micheffsisters.com, and we put recipes on there too.
That's right. So you can get them that way as well.
Well, when I was trying to think of a breakfast muffin, I was thinking of my husband Joel and my son David, because they love carrot cake. That's their favorite.
I love carrot cake, too.
And so actually, to be honest with you, you could eat these as muffins, but then you could put a little bit of frosting on them and have them as cupcakes too.
Ooh.
They're that good.
So it could turn into a birthday cake.
Oh, well, yeah, especially your kind of birthday cake, since you don't eat sweets.
Linda makes the best desserts, but she doesn't enjoy them. She doesn't.
Go figure.
She's never liked sweet things or
I've
desserts.
tasted it, but it just tastes, ooh. You know, I just don't like the sweet taste.
You know, I can say that, ooh, the same, but when I taste it, I go, ooh.
I'm with Linda on that one.
Okay, you want to start with your dry ingredients. And I
Your
put
whole wheat flour?
whole wheat flour, 1 cup, the 1 cup of the all-purpose flour. And then cinnamon is so good for you. And I love the flavor of it too. So cinnamon and ginger. Ginger's very good for you too.
Your salt.
And some
And the
people,
nutmeg.
cinnamon does hurt your
Salt.
stomach, so you could probably, you know,
And your
do
baking
something else.
powder and your baking soda, and your cornstarch. And, okay.
Sugar?
Well, no, I'm going to actually, the sugar's the only thing that I'm going to save and put in with the, I'm going to mix that with my liquid.
Okay.
So you want to stir that up.
Some people don't know, too, that with muffins, you don't want to use an electric mixer, and you don't want to overbeat them.
You don't want to
It changes
overbeat
the
them.
texture.
Hey,
It does.
that's my kind of thing.
That's your she's not into all those kitchen gadgets like Cindy and I.
I know.
Hey, I'm grandma style.
Yeah.
Well, you are a grandma.
Yeah, I am, and proud of it.
Because you are so old and I'm so young.
Oh, yeah, is that the reason?
Okay, chopped walnuts and grated carrots. And they're finely grated carrots. Because you don't want...
You could pulse them up in your food processor,
Which
too.
is what we did. Well, I should say I did it. I didn't. Melissa Hoffman, who helps us, is wonderful. Love you, Melissa. And she did it. So I really can't take credit for this. So you want to mix this up really good. And then now we'll take in that carrot bowl. Can I have that carrot bowl back, please?
Surely.
Thank you. I'm going to put... Oh, will you add the raisins to that, too?
I'll do that.
And I'm going to put the brown sugar in here. And then I'll put the oil in here. It says if you want to put the vanilla in there. And then the pineapple. And I didn't drain the pineapple. We're doing the pineapple juice and everything. Just like that. And yes, put the applesauce. I better use this. Huh?
I think so.
And I like to use the unsweetened applesauce, the all-natural unsweetened. Actually, Brenda, you and I usually make applesauce together.
I know.
We get a little production going,
And Mom, she makes it
oh,
too.
yes.
To me, there's nothing like New England Cortland apples for applesauce, though. I like the texture that it gives. It's not too... Your McIntosh apples is what people tend to think of for applesauce because it's a finer texture, smoother texture. But I actually like the Cortlands. It has a little more pulp to it, you know, and it's a little coarser texture. I love
A pink applesauce.
Uh-huh, that's right.
And I think it's about time
Yeah, I think we got to do
some
that
more.
this year. That's right.
Okay, then you're going to put this in.
My husband actually built me an applesauce table for
I know, it is the coolest thing.
He saw what I was doing, trying to, you know, get my grinder on the table and trying to get it to stay on, everything. One day I was making applesauce, and he came out and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, this thing keeps falling off." He said, "Oh, just a minute." He went out and I heard some sawing and some cutting and some, he came back and he built me this whole table, measured out perfectly for my height, what was easy to do, and it's beautiful, and I've kept it all these years. I've had that table now for about 20 years, and I love it. I still use it.
He's always thoughtful like that.
He is so thoughtful. He is,
You know, God really
thoughtful.
blessed all three of us with wonderful husbands.
He did.
Because each one of our husbands, you know,
They're so supportive of whatever
very
we do.
supportive of whatever we do. And
In fact, I don't think we could be in full-time volunteer ministry if we didn't have husbands that supported
what
us
do you
1,000%.
mean you don't think? We couldn't.
Okay, we know we couldn't. Honey, I love you.
So that's what we're saying. We love you.
Yes, God has richly blessed, and I'm
has.
just really thankful for our husbands.
Okay, see, you just want to stir it until it's well mixed, and just make sure you get the bottom. You don't want to over-mix these muffins.
Just till the dry ingredients
Just
are
till
wet.
the ingredients are
Moist.
dry. Yep. And let's spray. And now
That way, sis.
You want me to spray it?
this way.
I could do that for you.
Over
want me to
that
do
way, away from the table.
Okay.
I was trying to get the spray nut on the table.
Do they not trust me or what? I mean,
we do.
seriously.
Oh, yes, we
Yes.
do.
And then you just want to put it in, put about 3/4 of a cup.
I like to get those scoopers,
That's
you know,
good.
that have the automatic handle. You just scoop in there.
So see, you want to fill them just 3/4 of a cup, and we'll show you what they look like. And seriously,
They raised up nice.
and seriously, put a little frosting on this and serve it as a cupcake. No one
Yep.
will know the difference.
That's my favorite
And
way.
you have a healthier cupcake too.
That's right.
Little tip of the day.
Little tip of the day.
Oh,
Okay,
and
well,
what
next
do we have
coming
next?
up is Linda's banana nut waffles.
Oh.
Okay, would you read the recipe?
I sure would. You'll need 2 cups of whole wheat flour, 1 tablespoon of aluminum-free baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of soy milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1/2 cup of pure maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1/2 cup of canola oil, 1 large banana mashed fine, and 1/2 cup of pecans chopped.
This recipe I created for my husband because he loves banana bread. He loves banana bread, and I thought, well, why can't I make it kind of like, you know, waffles? So when I made it for him, he said, oh, he said, this is my favorite. This is my favorite waffle because he really loves banana bread.
So did he do, or did he do,
He went, I love it.
Well, I have a confession to make, sis. I don't care for almost anything with just bananas in it. I'm not a real, I like a banana just plain, but banana flavored anything I'm not a real big fan of. But I was hungry this morning. We came in and those waffles were just, she was making the samples, and I said, oh, those smell so good. And I tasted one of it. I took, I'll just take a little tiny pinch. I went back and ate the rest of it. It was delicious. And I actually don't like banana bread at all. And I usually don't like anything banana flavored, anything.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed. I love it.
I'm anxious to try them because I don't like banana bread either.
Oh, well, then there you go. See, I bet you'll like this one.
These are made with all whole wheat flour. So this is a whole wheat flour.
Really? And they were so light, I wouldn't have guessed that.
It's all whole wheat. It's a light whole wheat, a very fine light whole wheat. And we're going to put salt in. I'm doing the dry ingredients and the aluminum-free baking powder. I'm going to put all that in there. I'll put my nuts in there.
Okay.
And you can use pecans. I use pecans, but you can use walnuts if you want.
Oh, I like the flavor of those
Of the
pecans. in there.
pecans?
But pecans a favorite, not a
I was going to say, what a
No big
question to
surprise
ask
there.
her. That's her favorite nut.
Then in this one, I'm going to put my all my liquid ingredients in here, and this is the pure maple syrup.
They say that you
And could you mash my bananas for me? That's
sure.
grandma style.
grandma style, all right. And I'm a grandma, so I mean, I'm the perfect one to do this. Cindy, you cannot mash this. You're not a grandma.
That's why I'm
And I have honey, and sis, can you put the oil and the vanilla in?
Okay.
And this is honey that we
And you like
got
ripe
from
bananas,
We
you
got
told
this
me.
honey from a special beekeeper.
Okay. And you told me you really like ripe bananas.
I do. The riper the better for this one. Well, not real, you know.
Well,
you can't have them terrible, but they can have some real soft. They can still be soft and just
Look
so
how,
they're not black
well,
inside.
you can see right here how ripe these are because they're not coming off. It's really, when you see it
and they
as I mash
mash
this,
so nice.
take a look here and you can see how it's just, it's making almost like applesauce, you know, only banana sauce almost immediately. It's not
I could mash them the way David and Katie used to mash them.
How is that? I'm afraid to ask.
Ow.
And you can put them in here just as soon as
Okay.
you're a pretty good masher.
Well,
See, you don't need a mixer or a
there you
blender
go.
or
Don't
anything.
need any of that. Look at that. How
See?
nice that. Do you see that texture? I just wanted to show them that texture. Can you get a shot of that?
Okay. You and you can also
See, look at how that's so
Looks like baby
almost
food to
soupy.
me.
Yeah, almost like baby food. So okay.
you can also use this and make pancakes out of the same thing. So
All right, here you go.
okay. All right. And now I'm just mixing all this together, which you can do in the bowl too, but I just decided to do it this way this time.
Oh, why not?
All right. And a lot of times I'll leave it sit just for 2 or 3 minutes before I put it in the waffle iron because it does thicken up just a little bit as it sits, but you don't have to. So,
You
and
know,
if you could get the spray for me, because we're going to have some spray.
you know,
for
you
the
were
waffle
saying
iron.
you got the honey from a beekeeper.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's my husband's newest. He wants to. You know how he has a big garden and he has all these fruit
Yeah.
trees.
I can get honey from you now.
Now he
Want
wants
bees?
to have honey.
No.
Yes, I'm serious. He
No.
wants to have honeybees. I'm like, honey, seriously. He is. You want me to
Tell
spray
me
this?
sweet
The
enough.
top and the bottom, all the way around.
Just tell me sweet
And
enough,
the-
sis.
Yeah, well.
Okay,
He
then
loves
you're going to take like 1/4 cup of batter. And I
It
just
looks more
kind
like
of,
a 1/2 cup.
it was 1/2 cup. Did I say
Yeah,
You
a
said a
fourth?
fourth.
I meant a half.
Oh.
No Hollywood recipes here.
No, that's right. I did
And you
not
spread
mean
it
that.
around.
And I spread it around. Okay, shut the lid. And
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll have a waffle.
Wow.
And they come out really easy. You don't even have to, you know, 2 or 3 minutes, and then they just lift right out.
I need to wait that long to see if I like them? Well, while we're waiting, why don't we look at some that you've already done?
That's
And
a
you
good
get-
idea.
And decorated with
Good
some
idea.
pure maple syrup and some pecans. And actually, depending on where you're from, that's the one nut that you know how there's certain words you can pronounce differently, like a potato or a potato or a tomato or a tomato. But you would depend on where you are in the country. It's either pecan or a pecan. Haven't you heard that? How do you say it?
I've heard it all different. I'm not sure now.
It might be what I had covered.
pecan.
You what?
I say pecan.
And
And nuts are healthy, and you know, one way to every day we should have a little bit of nuts, but just put according to the size of your hand, put some nuts in here.
Only
and
you
just
cup your hand. You
Only
cup your hand
cup
and-
your hand, and that's how many nuts you should have
for
for
the
a
day.
day. Yeah.
Walnuts are so healthy for
Yeah.
you, and Brazil nuts, and almonds, and I mean that's.
peanuts too are good for you. Peanuts take a bad rap sometimes because they are so high, but all nuts are high in fat.
I gotta
But
peek.
peanuts have a lot of nutrients too.
Well, it wasn't.
yes.
See, it's not quite done. But
What?
almost.
What?
She's rushing it.
Are you serious?
Almost.
It's almost done. You know, my grandsons Michael and Jason love to make waffles. They dearly love, and they're in there helping. They're mixing, they're slopping everything everywhere. They like to be the ones. And one of the things that they do is they peek off. You know, it takes a little longer for them to cook that way. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I told them that when I get back, because we have family night at my house every
Tuesday
Tuesday
night.
night, and so I told the boys when I get back that we can have breakfast for family night.
Oh, really?
So we're gonna have breakfast food.
That sounds good to
Oh, my husband loves that. He loves to have pancakes with strawberries, and he likes his pure maple syrup, and sometimes even applesauce.
Well, pancakes don't, I mean, breakfast food doesn't have to be just for breakfast. It's great anytime, really. And especially some nights for suppers. I know sometimes biscuits and gravy for supper.
Okay,
Ooh, that's good.
it's done, and you just peel it off like that, and that's all you do.
That's I ruined your plate I mashed it on. You
Oh,
might wanna
that's
put it
hot,
on there.
but I gotta taste it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is hot.
You got a You didn't get a I tried to go.
Well, next on the menu is my blueberry pancakes. Let me read the recipe for you. You will need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of white wheat flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of soy milk, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 1 cup of fresh blueberries. I love pancakes, and I think that all around the world there's a love for pancakes, and you hear about pancake breakfast all the place, where a whole bunch of
Pancake
people
house
get together, and, right? And there's restaurants that just build their whole restaurant around pancakes, and there's so many types and varieties. The one that I'm going to share with you today is my blueberry pancakes, but if you like just plain pancakes, guess how easy this is. You just don't put the blueberries in.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's all there is to it. And you can put anything else that you want in there. So, I mean, it's a really easy recipe for you to do and change it up how you want it. But I love blueberries. And this recipe, I want fresh blueberries, not frozen. If you happen to use frozen, they do need to be thawed out so that they don't add too much liquid to your recipe.
Well, if you like purple pancakes, you could.
Well, that's true. That will change. It
and that's
changes the
true.
color of your pancakes if you use the frozen ones. you
Because
know.
even if you do thaw them out, when you put them in your batter, it's still there's still plenty of juices that mingle in your batter, and it makes your batter blue.
It does. And
So,
so, you know,
not blue pancakes.
Blue,
blue?
purple, whatever. Well, if you
right.
like that color.
Right.
but
And I
today
do.
we're going to use fresh, and you can pretty much buy fresh blueberries year-round from somewhere in the grocery
And they're
stores.
so healthy for you.
And they are. They're so
Just have
full of
blueberries
antioxidants.
every day.
Yep, a little fourth a cup, I think, is the. But who wants to stop at a fourth a cup? Not me. So
Yeah,
Hey.
and Tufts University has done some research on them and said that it even they're finding it helps in dementia and different things like
well,
that.
hey, I need all the help I get. So more blueberries all around.
I know, I try to eat them every day.
You feel like you're losing your mind. This is the recipe for
I
you.
make a trip to Michigan every summer, and I get them fresh from a grower, a huge grower. Mom and I go, and we get like 700 pounds of blueberries.
And you share them with me too, so thank you, sis. She brings mine to me too. It seems like I'm always traveling that kind of time of year, and I don't get up there to do it that time of
We
year.
put
so.
blueberries, we do about 150 to 200 pounds just for us.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See how good blueberries are for you? Okay, I don't want this to, this is good. When you're mixing the pancakes, I like to mix mine in a great big measuring cup. You know, these glass measuring cups, I love them because it's nice when you pour your batter afterwards. So I just mix everything right in there. You can use a separate bowl if you want to, and won't hurt a thing, but I'm just going to show you how I like to do it. So I've got the flour that I'm going to dump in here. And sister, just start dumping in all the dry ingredients. Just put them all in there.
Sea salt.
Uh-huh. Actually, that's regular salt. I'm not a big
Is this
fan of sea
cornstarch?
salt. Huh? Yeah,
Yes.
yes, cornstarch. And that takes
It
the
felt
place
like
of our egg.
cornstarch.
I like sea salt. I always use sea salt.
Sea salt is not as salty as regular salt, and I kind of like my salt taste. And so if I use sea salt, I usually double it up.
So then what you,
So you kind of defeat your purpose. Exactly. When I want salt, I want salt. You know? What's that? You know what we're told in the Bible about being the salt of the earth? See, so.
Uh-huh.
And salt is very good for us, but it also can be not so good for us.
Yeah, it's a balance.
And
It'd be
it's a
temperate in all
balance.
things.
Like I know my mother-in-law, she can't have hardly any salt. And so, you know, we can let each other salt.
Well, I hope I don't have that time when I can't have any salt, because it just makes everything taste so much better.
I'm with you on that. Okay, I'm going to mix. Where's my wire
Want me to
whisk
pour
here?
in slow while you're doing
No,
that?
I'm going to mix my oil in here first. Just a little bit of canola oil. I'm going to mix it in here in my soy milk. And you can use almond milk if you want. And now they have on the market coconut milk. Have you seen that? Which is really good. So all of that'll work. Whatever your favorite is. Okay, sis, now yes, if you would just start, and we are going to add probably all of it, but
Let's just add a
I'm
little
going
bit
to
at a
just
time.
keep going, steady, steady, steady as she goes.
You guys make a
Yep.
good team. Did I ever tell you guys that?
Hey, I think we all make a good team. I love working with my sisters.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's, let me hold off 1 second, see if I can get some of this dry in, because we don't want to be lumpy, folks, you know, not good to be lumpy. And I just want to mix all that in. I've got just a wire whisk. And this is another thing that you don't want to use a mixer or a blender for. You want to just good old your hand. You can even use a fork. You say if you don't have a
You mean
wire
good
whisk.
old-fashioned power?
That's
Arm
it.
power?
That's right. Good old fashioned
You know
arm
what?
power.
I think I'm
All right,
rubbing
go ahead.
off on you guys.
Uh-oh.
All right, now just add the more, and you can see how it's just a nice pouring consistency that you want, and I think I'll need all of that, sis.
Well, then I'll just give you all of it. How's that?
And I just wanted to share with you that flours have different moisture contents, and
That's
so
right.
you know not all flours created equal. So you might need a tad more soy milk than I needed today. So if that's the case, keep a little extra and just add a tiny bit at a time till you get the right consistency. That's a good pouring consistency. It shouldn't be too runny, but it shouldn't be real thick either. So actually, this.
Well, if you have runny, you'll have crepes.
Well, that's true. If you make it thinner, you're going to have a crepe. So that's true. Now, I want you to just see how, when I lift that up like that, can you see how that drips? It's not very thin, but this actually is a perfect consistency. Now, I'm going to put this over here, sis, okay? And let you put that. And we're going to just add our blueberries, fresh blueberries, just like that. And I'm just going to fold them in. Go ahead and spray that, sis, and crank up the heat a tiny bit. And
All right.
okay, here we go. And then see how I can just pour in, and look at how that is. And it's gonna and you want to cook that. Don't crank up the temperature and make it really hot. You want to cook that, you know, slowly and let it cook all the way through the pancake. And it just will be, it won't be too darkened, and it flips easily, and it'll be really tasty.
And if you can tell when it's ready to flip, because you get all the little air bubbles, you know, they popped and they're just kind of open
Yep,
up.
they start kind of bubbling up, which is how you can tell, you know, if your pancake is ready to turn or not. You'll see all those little bubbles, and we'll see that here in just a second. I wanted to tell you, though, I had some people tell me that they love watching our cooking shows, but they don't, they said, we just don't like to cook sometimes during the week. We're busy, you know, and I got to be honest, they said, sometimes I just use a muffin mix, and I have to use those eggs. Well, I wanted to share with you that if you do use a muffin mix, you don't have to use the eggs. If you want, you're one of those, nothing wrong with that, use the muffin mix, but instead of the eggs, use some applesauce. Just take like a 3/4 cup of applesauce. Don't use the eggs, and you'll be surprised how wonderful that'll turn out. Nice and moist and no eggs. Well, let's just do a real quick flip, I think. See, now I want you to see on the edges right here. Can you see all those little, how they're just bubbling up? And look at right around here. And now it's ready to turn. Let's see how good I can do. Flop, whoa. And then I just do a little trick like that so that it
That's what I do to mine.
just goes right under there. And doesn't that look delicious? And we'll let that finish. Turn it down just a touch because it's getting a little bit darker than I normally use. I want you to see some that I already have prepared for you. Right there. And all you're going to need on that is a fork, because it's just drizzled with some nice maple syrup, pure maple syrup, and just some garnish with some fresh blueberries. It's that simple. Doesn't that look delicious?
Yes.
Now, also, do these freeze? Like,
You
could
know,
you make them ahead of time
I
and
don't
freeze
know
them?
why you couldn't. I have never tried it, but if you try it, would you write and let me know? I'd love to know
Because
that
I
myself.
would think you'd be able to do that.
I would think so,
You
too.
can. I have froze pancakes before, and they turn out good.
Right.
Now you've heard it here, folks.
That's what I would do.
Go ahead and freeze.
That way you just pop them out of the freezer. But if you don't have time to make these, I have a recipe that you can make ahead of time, and you can just grab it and go.
All right. You want to read the recipe?
Let me read the recipe for you. You will need 1 cup of quick oats, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, 1/2 cup of grape nuts cereal, 1/2 cup of Fiber One cereal or any brand cereal, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, 2 cups of dried fruits, 4 tablespoons of toasted wheat germ, 1 cup of chopped walnuts, 1/2 cup of ground almonds, and 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce, 1/4 cup of honey, 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of sesame tahini, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla. Now this looks like a lot of ingredients,
But it is power packed.
but it
Whoa.
is. This will give you energy.
Energy. And she needs more energy. Don't you guys think?
I do.
My.
You should be with her after she's eaten one of these bars. Woo! We're talking fun. F-U-N.
Now, you can make these on like a Sunday afternoon or an evening when you have extra time, and you can put them in the freezer, or you can, I individually wrap them and keep them in the refrigerator, and literally, like if you're going hiking or if you're going to go, I like to keep a couple in my, like if I'm going to be gone all day, I keep one in my purse.
Put one in your briefcase for work, you know.
And you'll, just a quick snack, and seriously.
And backpacking.
And backpacking.
I'm not sure about the backpacking, folks.
She doesn't know what backpacking is.
I love backpacking.
Oh, trust me, I know what it is. I choose not to do it.
It's really fun, especially when you hold your pack up high, you know, your whatever else you're carrying, and then you cross the river. You know, it's really
Refreshing.
It is.
Refreshing.
I'll be so tired, but when we cross that river and get to the other side, oh, I am ready to go.
I
got my energy
Do
bar.
more than your feet get wet?
Oh yeah.
I do
My
the
point
sports.
exactly.
I do the sports for you with your grandsons.
Yes, she does.
This weekend.
That's real sisterly love. When they want me to go do anything with sports, and they love sports. You know, they just look at me and go, this is a job for Auntie Ceta. I said, yeah.
Well, this weekend you'll thank me because Joel and I took them on an 8-mile bike ride.
I know. I was so proud of little Jason too. He's 6 years old and he's on a tiny little bike. But he wants you to know, no training wheels. I mean, he started off really at 4 with no training wheels.
Is he
was amazing.
6 already?
He's going to be 6.
No, he's not 6 yet. Not for 3 more
Oh,
months, 2 more months.
Okay.
1 more month.
1 more month.
1 more month. He's going to be 6 years old. And that little guy went 8 miles.
Never complained, never once said he was tired.
Wow.
I mean,
Amazing.
it was great.
And he had to pedal like 3 times as fast as everybody else. Can you imagine that? I mean, and he just, you know,
Because
what a
all the rest
trooper.
of us have the gears on our bike. And so, you know, if we see a hill coming, you know, we'll, you know, go to a lower gear and, you know, can get up the, and with Jason, we're just going, Jason, there's a hill, pedal fast, hurry, Jason, pedal fast. and he, oh man, his little legs were just going like this.
And he lasted the whole 8 miles?
Yeah, never complained, not once.
No, that's
So,
just really trooper. Actually, if you want to see their pictures, volume 1 of my brand new books that just came out, Miss Brenda's Bedtime Stories, I dedicated volume 1 to my grandsons, Michael and Jason. So when you go to the dedication page, you will see a picture of both of them in that book, volume 1.
Yep, I had fun taking those pictures.
Yes. Auntie Ceta took the pictures.
Okay, we're going to put our dry ingredients first, and this is the whole wheat flour, the all-purpose flour, and now I put the cornstarch in for the binding.
In place of eggs.
Right.
So you don't have the
Many
eggs.
people think that you have to have those eggs, and you don't.
You don't.
And you know what's really great when you're not cooking with eggs, when you're batter, like whether it's cookie dough or cake
You
batter.
can taste it.
You can taste it, you know. So
Yes.
if you've got your grandkids with you, you don't have to say no. You can't taste. It's got raw eggs in it. You know, they might make you
Yeah, because
sick.
raw eggs it's just not safe.
Well,
No,
you can get
not at all.
salmonella, food poisoning. So you very serious.
I mean, this has flaxseed in it, toasted wheat germ. I mean,
we're talking power pack.
Now, if you don't have the grape nuts cereal, you can use something, you know, similar to that. Grape nuts has some
Could you just double up on your fiber cereal?
And you could double up on your fiber cereal. I use the fiber one just because it's lower in calories and it has a lot of fiber. Look at your boxes because
They're not all
read your
created equal.
labels. They're not.
They're all
I mean,
But what if you live somewhere and there were not any box cereals?
you could put bran. You could put, yeah, you could put bran, all bran. I mean, like a whole bran or something in too.
Or you could even put bread.
Yeah, you
whole
could.
wheat bread.
You could.
Whole wheat bread.
Yeah, just, you know, ground it up. Okay, now I'm going to take
Brown sugar.
Oh, sis, speaking of ground, I need some, a half a cup of ground walnuts. And if
Walnuts
you can't,
or
I mean almonds, sorry. If you can't buy the ground almonds, which I like to grind my own, because I always have whole almonds sitting out on my, you know, everywhere in my house. So just take a handful of that and do some ground for me.
Just a handful?
And sis, if you'll mix, now the dried fruits, I did a mixture. I did pomegranate seeds, I did cranberries and blueberries and cherries.
Ooh,
and
cherries are my favorite. I love those dried cherries.
So you can, but you can do, if you don't like any of those, you can just use one kind of a dried fruit, or you can use a mixture like I did. I like the mixture.
Okay, you're going to need to plug your ears here because I have a feeling this is going to be noisy. So put your fingers in your ears, folks. Here we go.
All right. I use it. I knew it was going to be loud.
Thanks a lot. Okay, there really is going to be a noise here. Is that enough?
Nope. Keep going. Keep going.
You're doing good work over there, sis.
Hey, I'm working hard. This is almost like
that's
a meal.
good. Yep.
Is that good?
Yep, that's good. Okay.
Do you want that just in there?
Pour it in here. And sis, if you'll mix that up, you can even do it a little finer if you want. Let me trade you bowls.
All right.
And I'm going to mix the liquid ingredients. And sis, if you want to just help me pour in all the liquid ingredients.
Okay. I wonder if you could add some carob chips or something to that if you wanted to.
You could.
So,
You absolutely
Really,
could.
you could make it your own, you know, whatever favorite thing you like.
And if you don't
dried
have,
fruits or-
this is ground sesame tahini. It's ground sesame seeds. If you don't have that, you could use a couple tablespoons of peanut butter.
I know
instead
someone
of
who
this.
puts chopped dates in theirs.
Oh, I love
And
dates.
yes, you could do
And
dates.
chopped apricots and stuff like that.
You could make these different every single time.
And another thing that I like is pumpkin seeds.
Yep, you could. Whoa!
Sorry.
You could make this different every single time if you wanted, and just keep the basic recipe. And you see, it goes together really fast. And
There's not a lot of liquid in there.
no, nope. And keep stirring, sis.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do, you're going to mix all this up, and then you will spray a 9x13 glass casserole dish, and you'll spread it out. And when you spread it out, you'll need to pack it down. So you'll take your dish, you'll spray it, and then, I don't know if you're almost done. And you want to pack it down really good because you want it to be, otherwise it'll just kind of fall apart on you. And then you'll bake it, and then leave it cool before you cut it into bars. And then this is what it looks like. And you can cut them into any size bar you want. You'll bake in a 325-degree oven for 30 minutes. And again, check it because ovens are different too.
That's right.
And you can cut it any size bar you go and individually wrap it. And there you go.
There you
Breakfast on the go.
That's right. I think, Linda, don't you have something for us next?
Yes, I have something that Cinda's going to like because it's made out of potatoes. Country brunch casserole. And for that, you'll need a half a cup of Bako chips, 4 cups of cooked potatoes, diced and cooled, 1 tablespoon of canola oil, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt, a cup of vegan cheddar cheese. For the cream sauce, you will need a 1/2 cup of tofutti better than sour cream, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 cups of soy milk, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1/4 cup of cold water. My husband loves potatoes, so it doesn't matter what I fix. If it's potatoes, he thinks it's wonderful.
So does your sister.
Oh,
I think every meal should have potatoes. It's not a meal if it doesn't have potatoes.
well, every year we go glean in the potato fields.
Oh, I know,
And
and
we-
you bring us those
Yeah.
We do,
potatoes.
and we collect enough potatoes for our friends and sisters and
Brothers.
all winter. In fact, you know, we still have some at home now.
Yeah.
So, and it's just a good food, and you can build around it, and I like that. So, this we're going to start out with asking Brenda to make a slurry with the cornstarch and water. Cinda, we're going to ask you to put the tablespoon of canola oil in there and fry the potatoes.
Ooh.
And then
Now that's
she
a
is going to
job for
put her
me.
seasonings on, which will be sea salt and some seasoned salt and a little onion powder.
When you make your slurry, folks, remember to use cold water. Never mix cornstarch with hot water because it'll be
that's
lumpy.
right. That's right.
So look how smooth it goes with cold water.
That's right. And now I am going to start the sauce, and I'm putting the soy milk in there. Not quite ready for that.
Okay.
And
Hey,
I'm going to
just-
put the seasonings. Now sprinkle the seasonings
Uno
on top.
momento. Okay.
What?
Uno momento. Do I put the seasonings on here now before I saute it?
Yes, you do.
Because I don't want to mess up potatoes.
No, you go ahead and
Yeah.
put them on.
Okay.
And then you let that brown. And now I'm going to put the seasonings in my sauce.
Okay.
A little bit of sea salt here.
Whoa!
Whoa.
And
Never mind.
and a little bit of sea salt
If
there.
that happens, folks. These counters are clean. Don't worry about it. Just put it right in.
Here's some
Right.
sea salt. There's some sea salt. Everywhere some sea salt.
And that'll be plenty. And now I'm going to let this heat. And when it's hot, which shouldn't take long, I will add
Put
the
this
slurry.
in now, then it's a guaranteed no lumps.
No, I can guarantee it no lumps this way
All
too.
right.
Oh, you guys, just listen to this. Just listen. Now that's the sound of a happy kitchen. You hear all that?
Yeah, it's like that with at Mom and Dad's, and when we're all get together,
that's right.
everybody
It's
in
so
the corner
fun.
laughing, talking. You know, Brother Ken's making something, Brother Jim's over here, and we're
Yep.
Mom and all of us.
Oh, there's nothing like.
And Dad's in the kitchen too. I mean, Dad's a
Yeah.
good cook.
And now our nieces, Katie and Crystal and Ginny, and you know,
Oh, Kenny, our brother Kenny. Oh, can he make those potato pancakes just like Grandma makes them? Used to make them. Oh.
I don't know that Jenny would want you to classify her as a
Yeah,
cook
Jenny-
yet.
Jenny,
doesn't
yeah.
really like cooking
well,
that much.
she's helped me. And I've worked with Natasha, Jeremy's wife, and she makes wonderful food.
Well, I love all these sounds because that's a happy kitchen.
Well, this is
right.
starting to get hot, and so I put it in when it's hot.
And I notice how she keeps on stirring. She doesn't want it to get lumpy.
No, you got to keep stirring it. Okay,
Okay.
get it off. There we go. How's yours coming? Yours needs to be as high as it'll go.
Oh, I think I have it as high as it'll
Okay.
go. I think.
You have to stir all that way?
Uh-huh.
All right. She's
Yes, I
saying
do.
it. You heard it from her.
Yep.
I'm with Cindy on the potatoes. The other thing I like to throw in there is some sweet potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like to do that too.
I had, when we were growing up, Mom didn't really mix the potatoes so much. You know, you didn't
No.
really see a lot of mixing of the white and the sweet potatoes.
Well, we didn't
but-
have a lot of variety of food, period.
Sure.
So we had beans and cornbread and a few potatoes, and so there wasn't a lot of mixing of stuff.
That's true, but
There wasn't anything to mix.
That just sort of made it easy. And no one ever went hungry.
Yep, Mom was really creative, that's for sure.
Still
And God
is.
bless, so we turned out healthy so far.
That's
You never
right.
know on this earth, but
That's right.
Okay, it's starting to really thicken now. Yep, it's getting there. Okay, I've got it thick, so sis, can you turn the fire off under mine?
Under yours?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm busy.
She's busy eating.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you. Now I mix in the tofutti better than sour cream. And I don't have...
That really is a wonderful product for a substitute for sour cream.
Yeah.
Well, more and more, there's companies that are coming out with, more and more products.
Then you just stir that up, and you can see how it turns it more of a white color. Okay, now I'm going to give you that over there. And could you spray this dish for me?
Absolutely. I'm going to spray it right over here. So, you want the sides sprayed too?
Yes, the sides too.
I got the job done.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our sauce.
Those are good.
And we're going to pour it here. See how that thickened up so nice?
Oh, yes.
And
It's a basic white sauce.
It's a basic white sauce with the tofutti, in it. And you just put it all over like that. Okay, now, sis, I would like you to...
She's over there. There may not be any potatoes left for this dish. You got
me a good job.
the potatoes.
I forgot. Okay, now you can take that skillet and just put it evenly all throughout here.
Seriously?
Seriously, I want you to dump it in here, the fried potatoes.
All right. If I have to.
Yep.
They're good.
Now, if you wanted to, could you just mix all that in there all together and then dump it in there? Would it
You
be the
can,
same?
but it's nicer this way because you have a little, you'll see.
Okay.
It makes a nicer dish when you're, but you can do that.
All right.
Absolutely.
Giving people options.
Yep, that's a good option. Okay, now you're going to put the cream sauce on top.
It does. It smells good. I love potatoes too, sis. I'm not as crazy about them as you are, but I love them. I do.
I do too. I like potatoes. Okay, I'll stick that over there. And now we're going to just spread it all around. Potatoes are in the middle. This is like a sandwich, a casserole sandwich here. Potato.
Oh, and I do love potato sandwiches.
Sis, I remember as when we were growing up, you could make a sandwich out of anything.
And did.
Between her and Daddy, you could almost guarantee they'd find some way. I don't care how soupy that entree was. They were going to make a sandwich out of it.
Okay, now the only other thing you do is we'll sprinkle some of this vegan cheese on it. Okay. And then just a little bit here. And you can even, put this cheese on top of the potatoes if you want.
And how long do you bake it?
I bake it just till it's hot and bubbly, which is about 15-20 minutes.
All right. When we have one right over here for you to look at, take a look at that if it's already hot and bubbly over there.
Oh, that looks good enough to put my fork into.
Well,
and you can eat it just like this too, so.
I don't have a fork for you that you can use, so you're going to have to wait.
So what's our last recipe?
It is my baked French toast.
Oh, yum.
You will need one 16-ounce package of silken tofu, 1/2 cup of soy milk, 3/4 cups of silk creamer, non-dairy, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 4 cups of whole wheat French bread, and 1/2 cup of raisins. I love French toast, but usually when you order French toast, you think of eggs, lots of eggs and cream. Well, today's recipe, you're going to enjoy French toast guilt-free. That's right, because there is no cream and no eggs. And sis, I want to know, I start with silken tofu. You can also use morinu. And I'm just going to have you I'm going to have you. You can put it in there. I'm going to have her do this.
And the challenge is on.
There you go, if you need it. And Linda, I have some whole wheat breadcrumbs, and I'm going to have you put those right in here. Just sprinkle those around.
Okay.
And I want you to know the kind of bread I'm using is the real nice, soft wheat bread. See how I can just squeeze it like that? It's nice and soft, and it's whole wheat. Put that in there. I'm going to show you how fast I can throw this together. So hurry, 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 girls. I want you to see how fast we can do this. All right.
The race is on, sis.
Okay, that's good enough. Here we go. You're going to do this.
What was that?
It's all the silk creamer, soy milk,
okay.
and cornstarch,
Pure maple
a little
syrup or
salt,
vanilla.
vanilla, and
Cinnamon. Bring the cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
right there. And there is just a little tiny bit of oil in there, okay? And then we just blend that up for me. And, ooh, it's going to plug your ears. Let's see here. Oh, it's not that loud, I guess, huh? Look, it's going to... Okay. And then you're going to just pour it over here. And now this size pan, they buy 8. If you pour it in this size pan, you're going to get bread pudding. But sis, hold up that pan over there, and if you put it in that size pan, you're going to have baked French toast, because you're going to put this in the oven. For this size pan for French toast, you're going to bake You're going to bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. If you want bread pudding, you're going to just bake this for about 40 minutes. It's in a little bit smaller pan. It's a little bit deeper.
And you have one right there.
And I love bread
Oh,
pudding,
and look,
too.
I see right here, we have one already
sis, that
decorated,
is gorgeous.
drizzled with pure maple syrup, and that's all there is to it. Was I quick about that?
Yes. Well, we have 4 cookbooks out now, and we're actually working on our 5th one.
That's right.
But here is how you can get one or all of our cookbooks.
If you'd like to purchase the Micheff Sisters cookbooks, you can do so by writing to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. That's 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. You can call us at 618-627-4651. That's 618-627-4651. Or you can visit their website at micheffsisters.com. It's all one word, and you spell Micheff, M-I-C-H-E-F-F. That's micheffsisters.com.
Hello, I'm Carrie Christian with some good news. Many of you remember how excited we were in 2005 when the Lord blessed us with our first television station on the African continent. It all began when a persistent group of Christians contacted our former Director of International Development, Pastor Owen Troy, to see what they could do to build a television station in their country of Uganda. After many phone calls and much prayer, they formed the 3ABN Uganda non-governmental organization and obtained permission to build the tower and transmitter facilities on the campus of the local Seventh-day Adventist University. What joy we all felt when the television station went on the air, and its tremendous influence has been reflected in the numbers of people who have come to the Lord as a result of this 24-hour evangelism channel. But last summer, that signal went dark as the result of a tremendous lightning strike that destroyed the antenna, the transmission line, and the transmitter equipment. 3ABN appealed to its viewers, and they responded with both large and small gifts to cover the expense of buying all the new equipment and shipping it to Africa. Now we're happy to report that after many months, the capital city of Kampala, Uganda is once again watching 3ABN, and the signal is better than ever. This is a wonderful field of evangelism, and the people of Uganda are very responsive to the gospel. According to our engineer, Dan Peake, part of the reason for better coverage is due to a new antenna and a new location. The tower is now located on the 4,200-foot Kairika Hill on the grounds of the Central Uganda Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We appreciate their great support of our television ministry. Another feature on this hill is one of the palaces of the King of Buganda. From its beautiful gardens, one can see Lake Victoria and some of the nearby islands. Moses Primo, our Director of Broadcasting and Engineering, says that he's received very good reports from church members, and we praise the Lord for providing us the means to once again transmit the undiluted Three Angels messages to Uganda's largest city. Please pray for them. There are at least 2 million potential viewers in that city that need to hear about Jesus Christ. If the Holy Spirit is speaking to your heart, urging you to support us at this critical time, please send your tax-deductible love gifts to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. And thank you for your love and faithful support. You are making a difference to the millions who are just now learning about Jesus. And every day, precious souls are being added to His kingdom.
Now, what a wonderful way to start your day.
That's right. Or end your night.
Oh, that's true. Let's take another look at what we have prepared for you today. We have the Morning Sunshine muffins.
And I love the way you say that, sis.
Oh, and then my breakfast on the go bars.
Filled with power-packed energy.
We have banana nut waffles.
Oh, and both of us like that, didn't we?
We sure did. You're going to be surprised at how light and tasty. And there is my French toast, baked French toast. And when you decide to make the bread pudding, don't forget to add drizzle a little frosting on top. And also blueberry pancakes. And just garnished with a little maple syrup.
With country brunch casserole.
Oh, and let me tell you, how can you not have breakfast without that potatoes?
That's true. Just not any meal for Cindy without potatoes. That's just about right.
So go ahead, get off the couch, and go in the kitchen and make a healthy breakfast.
And better yet, invite somebody over. Share your faith with them. You know, have a witnessing opportunity.
Have a brunch.
And really be a friend to someone.
It's always
Invite 'em
special
over.
when we open up our hearts
And our
and let
home.
somebody in our home.
That's true.
That's all the time we have for now. Until next time, may all your meals be seasoned with God's love.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.